Afenifere, Sunday Igboho orders campaign for boycott of beef in southwest Nigeria. Very welcome development. This was supposed to kick off yesterday, precisely March the 5th, just before the kickoff of the No Beef Day and other animal products, especially from the northern parts of the country. The North called of the food supply strike that they were in, asking the federal government to give them 475 billion, which the federal government has agreed to. If you haven't seen that news, please go to Apple Media on the video and hear for yourself. The federal government of Nigeria has agreed. Anyway, my people, Sunday Igboho, Afenifere, and other Yoruba leaders have come up to say we need to boycott this. As a matter of fact, Gani Adams is in meeting with the Southwest governors to invest heavily into agriculture. So a situation like this do not repeat itself in no distance time. Because what is happening is they are gradually saying that they can, afflict the people of the South with hunger, because they were not ready. And this is what is happening right now. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe if this is your first time. God bless you. Afenifere Sunday Igboho orders campaign for boycott of meat, beef in southwest Nigeria. The planned boycott of beef consumption by people of the southwest was kicked off today around 12 p.m. by Sunday Igboho, Afenifere Yoruba Summit, and others. The boycott means that people should not eat cow meat in the region again. Recall that the boycott was conceived last week in an adventurer published tagged Anything But Cow Day with the theme towards tarnishing cow pandemic in the southwest. This is coming as a response to the boycott of cattle transportation from the north to the south by the Amalgamated Union of Food Staffs and Cattle Dealers of Nigeria, which have starved the region from getting any supply of cow meat over a week and other farm produce for the sake called a strike. The North has gone on a strike mission saying the government needs to give them 475 billion and the governors and members of the Southwest needs to give them a surety that their people, the Fulani herdsmen, will be safe in their region without interference for them to go about their duties and their job and not profiling them as criminals. And if there are criminals, the government feel anyone has committed a crime, he should figure or fish them out instead of calling them all criminals. However, the Southwest has in return says we will learn to boycott this meat product and learn to work without having anything to do with animal products from the north and get on to agriculture. The No Cow or Beef Day have kicked off already, and the people of the south is now to retaliate on the north for starvation given to the south over a week, no food supply as the youths and members from the southwest block food supply coming to the region of the southwest. This has been kicked off by Sunday Igboho, Gani Adams, Afenifere, and others and other leaders in the region saying we are up to the task. We can produce and feed ourselves. So this is what is happening. The kickoff has started and the people are on ground to ensure that this does not occur again. If they don't get on it now, if they take it with levity, the next time will not be palatable. I tell you what, when in Nigeria, according to my parents telling us about the civil war, of course wasn't born then, told us that part of the way, the only way that Nigerian troops could ever stand against the Biafras was cutting off supplies. What does that tell you? So they looked out, they said within 24 hours these people were already taking over. And if it had continued today, the story would have been different. But what did they do? They went quickly and cut off food supply to the east. At that time, there were no other pockets through which food, medications, ammunitions can come to the regions. So this was what was used against the people of that region. And so starvation began, and the people began to starve. The army, you could see your family, your sons, your daughters, when this they call it kwashoko, when people begin to starve, hungry, you see the tummy bulging out and what have you, and it's very sad phenomenon to see your wife, your children starving, and there is really nothing you can do. You see, so when this began to happen, they have no other alternative. Of course, a man that have not eaten, how can he properly aim or properly, go ahead and say he wants to do one thing or the other to fight against his enemy? So this was part and how they were able to now, subdue the people in the region. But guess what? Today, life has moved beyond that, and they are going back into that strategy to see how they can still, if it's still very tenable, if the other regions have gotten an alternative. Now, let's look at this matter squarely and seriously. Previously, before now, prior to 1960, we're talking about independence. Yes, we see that the naira was very strong. Why? Agricultural product was the watchword of the people, especially from the south. Funny enough, not from the north. They engaged dutifully in agriculture, and we have things like cash crops, palm oil, cocoa, and mentioned but a few that was being exported. So the naira was really strong, so much so that my parents said they had people come from England to come and teach in schools in Nigeria. You see, so they had very good teachers from overseas who came because our naira was good, and of course, where everybody tends towards a green pasture. If you've got a herds of flock, you tend towards where there are grasses, luscious grasses, vegetation, water for your animal. This is how they can thrive. You see, so they came to this very country to even look for jobs, for better life, so to say, and to take back to their country. And then, yet, listen, there was what's it called now? No crude oil. So having crude oil should have been a plus, but rather it became a demerit in the sense that the people now invested all their strength, especially people from the southwest, southeast, and south, forgot about the main, because the truth of the matter is you do not throw away the ladder through which you ascended up. You see that strategy that you have now called obsolete, oh, is outdated, I'm now posh. You see that diligence, that time that you pray, that time that you fast, that time that you speak, that time that you do, those little fundamentals are what brought you to where you are. By the time you begin to lose a hold of it, I'm not sure the future become bleak. At the moment, it looks as if things are still rosy. But unless you go back to the foundations, it's only a matter of time, like a fan that has been stopped, but still look like it's still moving. After a while, it comes to a standstill. So wisdom is profitable. Leave us a comment. God bless you. Bye for now.